We have to do the 1, 2, 3. All right, Jack. You say 1. I'll say 2. Steven says 3 because he's white.
Ooh.
Yeah.
White is not right.
White is not right, Steven.
Damn it. 1,
2,
3. That time.
You're so behind. You are so behind.
No, that time.
So behind.
Your gap
So
was
See, look.
Like actually.
No. He said his 1 trailed. It was 1, 2, 3.
It really
Anyways.
doesn't matter.
Anticlimactic.
This only matters to me, and I will figure it out.
How are the viewers gonna get their adrenaline rush when you can't even get your 3 in the proper tempo?
12 fluid ounces of Red Bull that I'm about to eat at 10:30.
Oh fuck.
When I'm trying to wake up.
Oh, my eye! The Red Bull got in my eye. Oh shit. Alright, guys.
Jack, do you want to introduce yourself?
I'll introduce him. Let me speak for the... I'm
Wow.
the Lorax. Let me speak for the Jack. Alright. Hey, everyone. Welcome to episode 6? 6.
Yes, 6.
Episode 6 of the
Seis
podcast.
for you
Tall and Taller
Spanish
podcast. This is El Jack for our Spanish viewers. He is a longtime friend of mine.
El Jack.
He is a longtime friend and lover of mine.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've known him since
Freshman year of high school.
freshman year of spring break. I remember that.
Winter break.
Winter break?
Alright. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. It was spring break.
Cause y'all went skiing.
Yeah, it was
Y'all went
skiing during
Ooh.
spring break.
Shit.
Yeah. Suck
You
it,
got
man.
me. Got me.
Alright, anyways, this fucking fool is gonna be our guest on the podcast today. If you notice my microphone quality sounds better, it's because I got a stand. And it's a really fancy stand.
Also,
Except
our
I
guest
kinda-
actually has a good mic this time. They're not using headphones. No shit on our
Ooh,
previous
yeah.
guests, but
It's
Jack
because
is prepared.
Jack is a gamer.
Jack games.
Oh yeah.
Hard.
Hey,
Hello,
fellow
fellow
gamers.
gamers.
I realize y'all been really wanting for some representation on this podcast. Don't worry, I'm here for you.
I think I'm gonna shoot myself before the end of this
I've never
podcast.
played a video game before.
Yeah, what are video games? Who the hell is this guy? Get
What
off
is
of
it?
our podcast.
The only game I play.
This is
is
oppression
chess.
against gamers.
After a couple days ago, me and Alex wanted to plan this podcast a little bit, and we played chess, and I was kicking his fucking ass, and then I literally said, as long as I don't make a dumb mistake, I will win. And I made a fucking dumb mistake. He checkmated me, and I didn't even notice. Then we played again, and I beat his ass, but
Barely.
damn, barely. Fuck you,
Barely.
man. It
I
wasn't
kicked your
barely.
ass that first one though. You did not see that shit coming.
I'm horrible at closing. I don't want to get into like the details and the fundamentals of chess, but like I'm horrible at closing chess games.
I'm terrible at closing too. I remember one time I was playing against what was his name? Joseph, military Joseph. I'm not gonna say his last name.
Oh, we're gonna stop saying last names.
Yeah, we're gonna stop saying last name. Notice how I didn't say Jack.
Oh my god,
Jack's
guys,
last
huge
name.
announcement.
Yeah.
Matt W, the Matt we've been talking about before, is no longer putting out a podcast, so we no longer have a rival podcast. I was kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, I was looking forward to talking shit.
I was looking forward to it too, to be honest. Ever since I heard that the man, the myth, the legend was starting his own podcast.
The man,
Yeah.
the myth, the legend, Matty.
I mean, I think we should have him on to talk about like the reasoning why he is no longer putting up a podcast, but I'm not going to talk about it on air without his permission.
The
at moment.
post-mortem interrogation.
It's
Dude, this
pretty
is like
interesting.
kicking a body while it's down, Steve.
No, it's genuinely interesting, and I'm happy for him.
That's fair.
In what's going on in his life right now. So he seems to be really set on like set improvement. Actually, like right before we started recording, he called me and asked for like diet tips on how to gain muscle. He's a skinny boy.
Yeah. I need to start working out. My 4 hours that I have in the morning where I don't do anything, that would
That's
be a good
prime time to work out, my man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I should. It's just like the past few days have just been a piece. No, I've used Destiny Forsaken as an excuse.
I feel that.
I will never
I think
forget like before junior year, I think it was the finals at the end of the year. Me and Alex were in the same like pre-cal class, and Overwatch was coming out, and he was like, "Dude, my final grades are gonna be fucked because of this game." He just before it even came out, he knew. He was like, "My grades are fucked."
Yeah.
I feel like you tell this
were
every
they?
podcast.
Have I told it before?
Yeah, I swear.
I forget it. Like,
Can you edit that out real quick?
no, I'm not gonna edit it.
No, yeah, no. I mean, they were fucky, but like it wasn't anything weird fucky. Like my grades junior and senior year were right. I mean, anyways, yeah.
Which one of these topics do y'all want to start with? Alex, do you want to tell your story?
I do want to tell my story.
Okay,
I've been
yes,
practicing
tell
the
it.
story.
This story,
Alright,
Alex
tell
wouldn't tell
it.
me
This is-
beforehand because it's so
Everyone-
legendary. Apparently.
Oh yeah. Everyone settle down, kick your feet up a little bit, unbutton that top button. We are get ready for Alexander's story time. All right.
That's gonna be like, you know how I list like what we talk about? That's gonna be the first thing. Alexander's story time.
God. Anyways,
Should be a segment.
so in freshman year, I had a roommate and two suite mates. My roommate was DJ, and I have two suite mates. One of them's name is Ryan, and one of them is JoJo. DJ's Armenian. Ryan is sort of Jewish, and JoJo is this. He's this Alabama boy with a man bun, and he wears. He wears these like very specific sunglasses. What are the ones that Top Gun, like, Corsair Commando? I don't know. Anyways,
Aviators?
You know what I'm trying to say. Aviators. So he wears aviators, and he is this 5'7" dude with a man bun and like a full beard.
Damn.
So at the beginning of the year, our school made us go to this thing where it's like, oh, you have to learn how to be accepting of others. You have to learn to be nice to people. And so the first thing we all thought, we're like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, man.
But we have to go
Accepting
to it.
people? That's bullshit.
No, I mean, like, it's like you can't be told to accept people. It's not how this works, man.
Yeah. I understand.
But like if you're already unaccepting of people, like there's not much that's gonna change your mind. But anyways, so we signed up. We rolled out. It was like 9 a.m. We got there. This person standing in the front of the room was a short lady with dyed hair. So we could already see where this is going. So we sit down and like she starts talking. She's like, "Oh, you need to be like accepting of others, yada 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 yada." And so about an hour and a half into like this 2.5 hour session, she says this. She's like, "Okay, guys, everyone's split into what you identify with most: region, religion, race, and gender." So there's 4 options. There was region, religion, race, and gender. So me being Filipino and me and my roommate being Armenian, we're like, oh, we're going to go to race because like that's what we identify with most. And our Jewish friend, he just kind of walked around, ended up in religion. And our Alabama white boy named JoJo, I love him, by the way. I'm not talking shit. Like, I love this kid to death. He just walked with us, with me and DJ, and he ended up in race. So me, DJ, and this dude who looks like fucking Jude Law. I specifically remember he looks like Jude Law. We're just standing there talking, and JoJo was there, and we're like, JoJo, why the fuck are you here? And he's like, I don't know, I was just following you guys. So like after a while of us talking, the woman at the front, she kind of like raises her hand. She's like, all right, guys, like now it's like, let's talk about it. Like, we'll talk about why you're in this group. And she pointed at race. And she's like, so, like, what are you guys, like, why are you guys in this group? The group fucking parted like the Red Sea. And JoJo was left standing there like the goddamn Manchurian Candidate. He looked left. He looked right. All of us were just staring at him. Everyone in the room was looking at this fucking Alabama white boy wearing a shirt that said, I love Spanish in Spanish. And he stands up tall, he looks at the person standing at the front of the room, and says, not to be racist, but I'm proud to be white. Me and DJ, we looked at each other. We made eye contact. DJ looked at my other suite mate from across the room. The entire room is silent right now. It's just dead silence. That's like
How many
the last... There was like 100 people in there. The last syllables of what he was saying was ringing out. And we look at each other. He looks at Ryan. Me and DJ turn to face the wall, and we start fucking sputtering. Like a fucking car that just won't start. I am losing it. I'm crying. DJ's losing it too, and Ryan just turns to the person next to him. He told us this later. He's like, he turns to the person next to him. He's like, yeah, that's my roommate. And nobody's saying anything except the only thing you could hear in this room are me and DJ laughing, just losing our shit. And without saying a word to JoJo, the woman at the front stares at him, moves to the next group, and she's like, okay, like, now what do you think? Me and DJ is still crying while the next person is giving a fucking impassioned speech about why they're religious. We're just crying in the corner. We felt so bad. But it was, oh my god, it was the funniest thing that ever happened to me. I mean,
That's funny.
I don't know.
I feel like a lot of people probably judged him. I don't know this guy, but I doubt he's ingenuous, but I feel like he probably got judged pretty hard for just that statement.
Oh,
For sure.
You can't just say that and expect to come through with your social reputation.
But it was a bunch of
unscathed.
people we didn't know. Like, it was just a bunch of random stuffed in a room. I go to a school of 70,000 kids. I never saw that Jude Law guy again. I remember what he looks like, because I was like, this dude looks like fucking Jude Law. And then I told him, I was like, hey, you look like Jude Law. And he's like, no, I don't. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're like a copy of Jude Law. But anyways, yeah. That's my story.
That is a
70,000
worthy
people?
story.
Oh, shit. How many
Yeah,
undergrads?
ASU is pretty big. Wait 1 second.
I knew it was fucking huge. But god damn. It's insane.
70,000. Oh, how many people go to my school? I'm gonna look that up because it's always less than I think it is.
How many people go to Hendrix? I'm guessing like 1,000.
Jesus.
Tops.
Alright, Hendrix.
I have
Let's see.
six-
We
I
got
have
a
like
Wikipedia
60,000.
page now, do
At
we?
A&M.
Over 1,400 students are enrolled, mostly undergraduates. Mostly. I know it's mostly because I go to class with, like, there's some like 50-year-old dude in my class, like one of my comp sci classes.
Ooh.
50. Yeah, there's I remember in my astrophysics program there was a woman with like gray hair there, and I was like, hey, power to him, you know, like fucking
No, I
respect.
feel.
At UTD, there were a lot of like grown-ass people who were just trying to get a degree in the same way. Because a lot of people at UTD kind of commuted. We've talked about this before. So
Yeah, that's like ASU too. I mean, a lot of people commute, but also a lot of people come from literally all over the world.
at A&M though, no one wants to live here unless they go to college here. I doubt very many people give a shit about this fucking town unless they go to school here. I mean, I'm sure some
the
people
same.
do, but like, it's a college town. Fuck.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
the same way with Conway. Like, I would, if I lived here after in college, I'd probably just end up depressing myself.
Yeah,
Oh, if I don't get the fuck out of here, I will hate my fucking life.
dude. If I
Oh gosh.
if I ever have to live in Arizona after going to school here, it ain't happening. Yeah, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
But yeah. Anyways, so I gave you guys an album to listen to. Did you manage to
I listened
Check
to
it
the
out.
first song, but I really
I
didn't
did
like that
check
it was.
it
I
out.
didn't like that it was live. But you could.
you had to
Wait, you
I sent
sent
a
a
link, didn't I?
Oh,
He
Or-
sent a
I forgot about
Vimeo
that.
link
Oops.
that
God
doesn't
damn it,
have it
Steven.
live.
for shame.
So, for shame.
Anyways,
I thought it was alright.
You thought it was alright.
I
Anyways,
feel
guys,
like to truly have the experience that you described to me the first time you listened to it, I needed to have that damn thing on vinyl, and I needed to be in that
The
dark room,
studio version.
and I wasn't. I didn't
I
have
feel-
that scenario ready, so I really wasn't encouraged to
The
listen
thing-
to it on my own. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna be dead
I
honest.
didn't listen to it like that, but I feel like that wouldn't have improved my experience. I'm really not a fan of like 6-minute guitar solos.
dude, that was a fucking
Like-
sick guitar solo. Anyways, wait. First, we need to say what fucking album it is. Like, geez, we didn't even get the name.
Yeah,
on it.
wait.
So
it's,
the album was "In the Court of the Crimson King" by the band called King Crimson, and they're a prog rock band from like Britain. They're an English progressive rock band formed in London in 1968. King Crimson have been influential both on the early 1970s progressive rock movement and numerous contemporary artists. The band has undergone numerous formations throughout its history, of which 21 yada yada yada. Anyways, I saw the Needle Drop do a review of In the Court of the Crimson King, and he couldn't even rate it. He gave it the classic. Like he has a rating of 1 through 10, but he also has a rating for classic, which means like he just can't give it a rating because it's just like it's influential to what music is today.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I the first time I listened to this album all the way through, I was sitting in a dark room with my old roommate DJ, and we were listening to it all the way through. And in the third song, the first two songs are really good. Like the first three, the first side, I listened to it on record. The first side was really good, but when the first song on the second side hit the fourth song, like after 3 minutes of like it being an actual song, it just starts breaking down. It's really hard to explain, but it's just noises, and you don't know what's gonna happen next. I literally had a panic. I about had a panic attack. It was terrifying. Like me and DJ were like freaking out, and he told me he felt the exact same way. He made him anxious to listen to the music. It was so fucking crazy. And then the song, the final song, the title song, In the Court of the Crimson King, is one of the most beautifully haunting songs that I know. It's comparable to Jack, that one song by David Bowie, The Man Who Sold the World.
Yeah, I love.
Good
oh my
song.
god. I love the what's it, Alex? If you ever want to, like, that song is haunting, but listen to the Midge Ure version.
You told me to do it, but I am too much of a David Bowie fan to ever listen to anything.
Do it,
else.
Alex. You played Metal Gear Solid 5, right? That's the version they use in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They have. I told you I'm not a fan of like 15-minute, like 6-minute guitar solos, but like the second half of that is just like this long instrumental. But the whole thing just gives me chills down my spine.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Alex. What you were just doing.
I don't know what I was doing, but yeah, I feel you, Jack. But yeah, if you ever want to listen to some crazy fucking like mood music, or when you're high as balls, listen to this album. Because I literally, like, DJ told me he has never had like as much of a visual thing. Like we were totally sober. Just a heads up, y'all. Like he was having like hallucinations while he was sober. Because you know, like not hallucinations. Like
okay.
when I hear songs, sometimes I picture stuff. I think I've said this before, but I start picturing stuff. Like some scenes maybe like spring a memory, or other songs maybe just like make me imagine. Like Viva La Vida. Viva La Vida makes me feel like I'm walking through like some desolate kingdom. That like used to. It might be because of that Minecraft remix, but you know. Yo, Fallen Kingdom by Captain Sparkles. Check it out.
I remember watching Captain Sparkles.
The saddest thing I ever watched in my tweenage years.
It was Sad Boys. But anyways, yeah. DJ said he told me he was walking into like this cathedral like bathed in blue light. And there was just a girl that he had no clue who she was, just playing a flute in like, cause in the thing there's like a flute solo, playing a flute. And then like after the flute solo, when like the drums kick in and it goes back into the song, just a bunch of flute girls start chasing him out of the cathedral, and he's sprinting for his life. And that's it. Like that's what he imagined. And I was like, Jesus.
That whole album gave me like this. I don't have anything as distinct as that. Certainly nothing as vibrant, but just kind of like trees kind of swaying in the breeze on a sunny day.
Really?
Yeah, just that whole
21st Century Schizoid Man gave you that trees swaying in the breeze vibe?
No, Moonchild.
Oh, Moonchild.
Yeah.
Moonchild.
The last half. No, it's certainly not 21st Century Schizoid Man. No, but like the last like 3 songs on that.
By the way, the song 21st Century Schizoid Man is the song Kanye West sampled in Power, when it's like 21st Century Schizoid Man. And then it breaks down. But yeah, that's another interesting fact I learned. I was listening through the album and I was like, wait a second. This is fucking familiar.
When we go back to Austin, let's go to the listening room. Check it out.
Ah yes, the Don's listening room.
Dude, when I'll never step foot in there again.
Why?
I have PTSD because when I fucking broke that Malva, like
that.
you're like, oh yeah, it's like $10, but dude, I didn't notice that it looked expensive, and my heart
Dude, the
stopped.
first time we were there, he got pissed at us for like ruining his table.
Oh, he
I
wasn't
never-
mad. He was just like he told us to cover it up next time.
It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I felt like shit. I was like, God, this man just like has this nice ass fucking house, and we're just fucking up his table first time we visit. He's like, God, I hate my fucking son's friends. God.
Ah, yes.
God, why does my son have to have friends? Why can't he just be some loser?
Oh man.
Why does
I
my son
wish.
have to fucking show off my house to his friends?
Hey man, I built a part of his house. I'm in on it too. The orrery fucking hanging in the ceiling. That was me and my guy.
That was you.
Me and my guys?
That was you.
Me and my guy. But yeah, check it out, guys. In the Court of the Crimson King, absolutely stellar album. I cannot recommend it more. But yeah, what's next on the agenda, Steve-O?
Let's talk about fucking movies, man.
Fuck yes, movies.
We would like
Movies.
so from now on we would like to talk about a movie, one movie every week, and just talk about it whatever the movie it is.
Understandable.
And we'll if you are a regular listener, we will warn you what movie it'll be. We're gonna talk about BlacKkKlansman. We briefly talked about it on episode 4, but I hadn't seen it, and we tried not to get into any spoiler stuff. But now we'll go into more detail because I
If
really
we're,
enjoyed it because I saw it this past weekend.
If you haven't seen it, skip the timestamp. You're
If
gonna
you
have to edit in the number there. 'cause
I'm
I don't know when
not.
the
I'm
timestamp
not. They're
is.
gonna have to suffer.
So they're just gonna see my okay.
Okay,
Well,
I
I
can
guess
Can
skip
I
ahead. Skip ahead of it.
I can't.
Well,
Y'all are
first,
lucky. I can't skip to that timestamp.
Yeah, I mean,
First
Jack,
one.
were you
Just
ever gonna see any movie?
Yeah, movies aren't a thing that
It's
I
been
usually
out for
just go see
more than a month,
everything.
or nearly a
Yeah.
month. So like, and it's not really well known. I was surprised about like how
Really?
little I'd heard about it. Not that many people know about it. I don't know why it's so long.
It has really good reviews right now, I believe.
Yeah,
I know it does. It does. So, like,
I saw decent amount of commercialization for it.
Yeah, I saw it every time I'd see a movie. I'd see a trailer for BlacKkKlansman. I'm like, I'm gonna go see that. Plus, it was produced by
Spike
Peele.
Lee. Oh, Key and
Jordan
Peele.
Peele.
Yeah, Jordan Peele, or is
Jordan Peele. I think it's Jordan.
Is it
Peele.
Jordan Peele?
I always get them confused. I think it's Jordan.
I
Peele.
don't
It is
know.
Jordan Peele.
Alright, so right here we lost about 30 seconds of audio because of a technical issue, but I edited it to where it's kind of seamless, so sorry about that.
No, I mean say one, dickhead.
What?
2.
3.
Okay, good.
For some reason
God.
I thought Jack yelled, "What?"
What?
What, bitch?
Excuse me.
I thought we were about to
What?
get into like a full-ass argument on the podcast. That would have been too
Me and
juicy.
Jack just square up. Like I'm fucking.
Square up.
Jack, I'm fucking
It's
buying my
fine,
ticket
man.
to wherever the fuck you are. Kick your ass, Arkansas. Come at me, bitch.
Let's do it. We'll sell tickets for it.
Yeah.
That's what we should do.
We could
Jack
be like
versus
Jake
Alex
Paul
Fight
and MSI or whatever the fuck his name is. KSI.
I never watched that.
Whoever
shit.
wins, we both lose.
Whoever wins, we both lose. But yeah. What were we talking about? We were talking about the
Movies.
movie BlacKkKlansman. All right.
Well, before we get into more BlacKkKlansman details, I'm gonna briefly summarize, I guess, like how I'm in a film class this semester, and I like movies a lot, and I'm kind of like interested in how to like study film. Like this shit like makes me geek out. It's really interesting to me, and that like films aren't like any other media that we've had before then, in that you can't, unless you have it like on a DVR at home. But if you're in a movie theater, you can't stop the movie. So you usually miss a lot of like the means behind why the movie makes you feel a certain way, because there's so many details in a movie that it is like mind-boggling, and you can't pick up all of them in one sitting at all. Like, because lighting, setting, sound, acting, editing, camera angles, all of this stuff is like specifically oriented to convey a certain meaning, and it's hard to see how much work is behind the director, because they do all of this like months of prep work and editing and all this kind of stuff for 2 hours of like fast-paced content.
One thing my teacher told me, I'm also in a film class. One thing my teacher told me is she was like she said the best example I can give is that to get geese on set, or to get ducks on set, you have to find a place that lets you rent ducks, stuff like that. You have to call PETA, tell them to come to make sure that like they can give it its seal of approval. You have to get like the board to like approve stuff for ducks. It costs a lot of money to rent ducks for movies because like I don't know something, but there's just a lot of stuff that goes into every single detail in a movie. Just a lot of thought. Yeah. Like if you see like just a streak, like a stills frame of a movie, there could be like a Dr. Pepper in the corner, or like a can of salt, and that was specifically placed there. I mean that may not like give an emotion, but it's like it was specifically placed there for a reason.
Good movies, usually everything has a meaning behind it. This is how
there is no fat. It's all just lean.
Yeah. And so like, also like there's the difference between film, movies, and cinema, which technically are all the same word for like motion pictures, but I think they're just kind of dumb. They're like more like preppy words in a sense, and that movies are supposed to be like general, like basic movies that are just meant for entertainment. Film is like kind of like higher quality, and cinema is like really artistic, and I think the different words are dumb. But
the worst word is kino.
The fuck is kino?
It's supposed to. That's like what people like. That's like your upper echelon stuff. That's like the 3,000 IQ movies. I hate that word. First off, it's an ugly word on its own. Kino. Kino.
So wait, like, what can you consider an upper echelon movie? Is it like
I don't even know.
It's like because there's like good movies out, or that right now we're in Oscar season, so you're gonna see some bunch of Oscar bait movies. But like, what like defines kino? Because you said upper echelon, like 3,000 IQ, weird stuff.
Dude, I've heard the word, and that's kind of what I know it to be.
Is it like the indie trash? Not indie trash, but like the indie movies that think they're really fucking smart, but they're.
I'd have to go with that. Like, if it's not at least in a foreign language, then it's not kino. I mean, really, if you're not watching German expressionist art house films, what are you watching?
Truly, my fucking favorite.
But yeah, and then like all movies are limited, or okay, not all movies, but almost all movies are limited to a narrative, and that there's a story with a beginning and an end. Some movies, like an example is Pulp Fiction, don't give you the story in chronological order, and they do that on
chronology.
Westworld does this too, like, well, that's a TV show, but it can be compared.
Yeah. Yep.
In that, it does it to confuse the viewer or to almost shock the viewer. But most movies, in any movie that doesn't, I don't think I've ever seen a movie that doesn't have a narrative to it. That doesn't have like a meaning almost, in a sense. And there are movies out there that don't have like a story, quote unquote, and it's just kind of like an artistic representation of just weird stuff. Because it's like, trying to even think of a movie without a story doesn't make sense to me.
Like Avatar? Avatar
that
has a fucking story. That has a story.
No. That is
Avatar's story fucking sucks.
Okay, whether it's a good story or not, it has one.
That's fine.
I'm talking about
I was making a meme.
A movie without a story, you can't. You can't. Like, by the definition of story, you cannot have a movie that has no story.
You can. You can. It's
what would be an example?
I don't know.
Okay, you'd have to have like nothing. Literally nothing would have to happen. Because story is such a broad term that like just watching a movie where just people just go and like punch the shit out of each other, no dialogue, in like a white, like pure white thing. That's technically a story.
Okay, I googled it. I found a list of about 30 films that do not have narrative.
I remember seeing like an art
I've just got
installation.
played then.
Andy Warhol or something, and it was just some person vomiting into like a cup, and that was the entire film.
Yeah, there's just like there's no point of it, and there's not like a beginning and end of the story, and it does happen, But no one wants to watch that, especially in like an American society.
you're
We've
right.
grown up on stories and narratives that they're ingrained in us. Books, TV shows, movies, everything has a narrative.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't, we're not going to be as interested. So only like really like artistic, meaningful people are going to be making movies without narratives. So it's weird.
Don't you make big-brained Rick and Morty viewers?
Yes.
Big brain.
I watch Rick
Truly,
and
the
Morty.
only-
I
the
have
only
so
people
many Rick and
worthy of
Morty posters.
existing.
Man,
The
how
only
much
people
IQ do
worth-
you have, Steven? 350?
Sorry, we keep interrupting Jack. Jack, go.
No, fuck you,
yeah,
Jack.
Steve, can you even fit through the door with how big your brain is?
Dude, after all this Rick and Morty I've watched, I don't know.
Don't you
I'm
mean
just
Ricardo
above-
and Mortimer?
I think I'm just above society. Man.
Yeah, Steven, you've ascended. You are truly a higher being.
Yeah.
You are up there with
Truly.
Elon Musk,
The muskrat. The one and
the
only.
elongated muskrat. my
Next week,
favorite.
fellas. Yes,
If,
Elon will
if
be on
the
the
love
Elon
child
will be
of
on the show.
Stephen Hawking and
Elon.
Albert
boy.
Einstein.
But yeah, so examples of like means behind movies that you can't see because like you don't even notice it because the movie doesn't stop. You can't stop a movie. Well, you can't. Okay, you can if you have it on like DVD. But I'm talking about like if you're in a movie theater, like you're supposed to watch it, like straight through, and just like ride the emotions or whatever the director's trying to give you. An example of that would be like fading in and fading out. So if you fade out of a shot or a scene, and then you fade into another, you automatically know, without even thinking about it, that time has passed. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? Or another example is what they call a low-angle shot. So if you're viewing a character where the camera is below them, looking up at them, it conveys power. It conveys that that person is powerful, strong, and is above.
Person's above that.
It's little things like that that are through, and then like music. So like music can easily like drive your emotion, just how we were talking about earlier with that album, and that
Yep.
it creates an emotion behind. So like a movie with a good score will also control your emotions in a way. And so all-
Dunkirk. Dunkirk is a perfect example of that.
Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like,
Dunkirk is 80% the score.
Yeah, it's a really
Dunkirk
fucking good
is-
movie.
The
So good.
only movie that I can remember that really just had me like on edge.
Me
the
and
whole
Steve,
time.
me and Steve, the first time we saw it together, right? The first time.
Yeah, I think that was you and me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was me and you, and I was literally sitting at the edge of my seat.
Yeah, it
like
was
I've never
really
actually
fucking good.
sat at the edge of my seat.
I fucking love Christopher Nolan. I'm such a Christopher Nolan fanboy, but like he has the right. Every one of his movies are really good. I can watch any of his movies.
Christopher Nolan, I think he's like destroyed 3 IMAX cameras, and there's only like 10 in existence.
Oh, I remember that.
he straight up just destroyed some.
He
and
was
like,
using
oh, well.
like one of the most expensive cameras known to man for Dunkirk, and he purposely sunk like 2 for good shots and just paid for them. Like these, I forgot what it was, but these cameras are like millions of dollars. Like,
They're
these are, like,
ridiculously
the highest
expensive.
quality film cameras known to man, and he just like purposely broke them for good
Classic.
shots.
He just fucked them. Like he
Good.
does. So he put one in a plane to get the crash landing, and he had like divers and everyone ready to like grab it, but it sunk too fast. So he was just like, oh well, they got the film.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's incredible like that he just doesn't give a shit, and he just really genuinely cares about the quality of his movie over like money, which is cool. I like
Yeah.
that. It makes him like a true artist in a sense.
Oh, fair enough.
And then one last thing, or 2 more things. Every movie has implicit and explicit meanings, and we could talk about this for any movie. Implicit or explicit, we'll start with explicit, is like the blatant meaning. Like you can clearly see that the movie is telling you to think this way. Like it is obvious. Like we can start with BlacKkKlansman, for example. It is clearly telling you that racism is a bad thing, and that's expected. It's obvious. But then, like, there's implicit meaning, which is like meaning that it's like reading between the lines of a book. It's not blatantly told to you, but you can figure it out on your own. I guess an example of implicit meaning in BlacKkKlansman would probably be that I felt that it told us that we should give more respect to the police. Even though there are racist cops in the movie, the main character is a cop. All the good guys are cops, and that conveys a feeling of cops can be good people too. We shouldn't hate on them as much. I got that from the movie as well.
Okay. I can give an example of this too from something of like a semi-different medium.
Yeah.
Do you know "This Is America" by Childish Gambino?
Yep.
That
Yeah.
song, the video for that song had so much like layers to it that it was like a fucking onion, dude. Like me and DJ were thinking about it, and like the first layer is like, oh, it's like obviously like this is America, like they, you know, like racism stuff like that. But then like me and my roommate DJ, we were thinking deeper, and we were like, maybe it's about like how modern like music has not modern music, but like modern culture has kind of destroyed like African pride, you know? Like, you know how like it's like singing kind of like a like kind of not swing but soul, like like R&B in the beginning, and then Donald Glover shoots the guy and then goes straight to trap music. And he starts like he was dancing poorly during the R&B and like soul. He shoots the guy and then he starts like kind of like doing, you know, trap dance stuff. But we were thinking about that, and we were like, damn, that's pretty whack. But that's the example of implicit and explicit as well.
Yeah.
And then one last thing before we do this, we talk more about BlacKkKlansman in details, viewer expectations. So before you go into any movie or even any like TV show, and you can apply this for a lot of different medias, is that like everything changes the way you view a movie. So like, let's say you're going to a Christopher Nolan movie, so you expect a movie that is high quality, well thought out, and is gonna be good. Or let's say you're going to a movie with Brad Pitt in it, so you expect Brad Pitt to do a great job, you expect his character to be really good, all that sort of stuff. And these expectations can really ruin a movie in a sense, because it's almost like you have an idea of what you're going to see in the theater before you go see it, because I feel like
it's like judging a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Right.
So I really I feel like to truly like really understand what a director felt, you should you would want to like not even see any trailers, not even hear anything about the movie, go into it without any idea of what you're seeing. Then you can like completely remove yourself of bias in a sense. But that's almost impossible to do. So
Yeah. You know, like the first Kanye West album the first time I listened to a Kanye West album and enjoyed it was when I went in without any expectations at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and like 808s, and I'd heard these were like the shit, and I just wasn't feeling it. And then I listened to what's the album, Yeezus, and I didn't really know what Yeezus was gonna be like, and I was just banging my head the whole time.
Dude,
It was
that
fantastic.
album is dark. Oh my god.
Jesus, it's so dark. I love that album. I think "Hold My Liquor" is one of my top 5 favorite Kanye West songs.
Yeah, I don't really like that album, because like that's a go-to album for me to like kind of like hype myself up if I'm gonna like work out or try to like boost my confidence in a sense, because it's so just like upbeat and loud, but at the same time subliminally it's really dark and fucked up.
Yeah, it's really dark. The other thing, I'm a huge Shakespeare nerd, and I do a lot of Shakespeare. Doing Shakespeare is one of the most, like, it's an experience, because like the audience is going, they're like, oh, it's fucking Shakespeare. One, they're like, it's, you know, he's like the most famous English playwright. They're also like, this is gonna be boring as shit because it's Shakespeare and he doesn't speak English. Like basically. He does, yeah, basically. Like, and it's so hard to break that audience expectation, because people are like, I'm not gonna understand what they're saying. They don't try to understand what you're saying, and so you really have to make the effort to like go to them. And it goes double for a famous one. Like, I did Hamlet this summer. Oh my god! Like, my friend, she was Hamlet, and you could tell, like, you could see like the stress like getting to her. Like, it was, oh my god, yeah. No, I definitely get what you mean about like audience expectation.
Yeah, I feel like it's a big problem with almost any media, especially movies, because at least with like general, like not as like high quality movies, they rely a lot on just like basic attention grabs and like trailers, and that like, let's take like a Fast and Furious movie. Like a Fast and Furious movie is not the most intricate thing in the world, but you know what you're getting into. You're gonna see cool cars, cool dudes, cool fight scenes, and hot girls. Like that's what you're gonna get. You know what you're gonna get, and it's gonna work out because they play on the expectation in a sense for like a money grab, but it's not. I don't see it as a work of art, so I really don't give a shit about those movies. In a sense.
Also, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is in them.
Yeah.
So Dwayne The Rock Johnson is the most wealthy man in Hollywood, though, by a long shot. Yeah. He's
Dwayne
insane.
The Rock Johnson grinds, and he is also literally my favorite person on the face of the earth, besides like Terry Crews.
Yeah, homie's gonna run for president and fuck shit up.
Dude, we were my friend and I got talking about it, and basically we came to a consensus that Donald Trump is going to take the next election unless the Democrats field Joe Biden.
Did you see? So I sent Alex this article earlier about how that there's a Republican in like Trump's like inner circle that released an anonymous article to the New York Times about how he's trying to jeopardize Trump. I didn't read the whole thing, but it was really interesting, just the concept of it. But
actually, Reddit kind of blew up at him after that.
What do you mean?
Why?
Like they were freaking out. They said it's like the top post now is no anonymous Trump official. You're not part of the resistance. You're a coward.
Really?
They just flipped like that. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's so like that's weird.
That's so Reddit
for me because like it's so Reddit, but it's I you think about that like really like what is he doing?
Okay, so the top.
Like,
the top. So Steven, you explain what's happening, and then I'll read like the top comment of why, like and yada yada.
Okay, I see it now. I found the post you just mentioned, but so earlier today I sent it to. I'm gonna try to find it. Actually, I texted it to you. Let me go there. Oh fuck! I just sent you a screenshot. Okay, so anyway, earlier today I got on Reddit, boredom. Casual, and I saw this article about that there's an anonymous Trump official who's kind of working against Trump like behind closed bars because he doesn't want to reveal himself and like get in trouble. And I didn't read the full article. I'll link it, and we should definitely read it afterwards. But now the top post on Reddit is essentially shitting on this anonymous Trump official, that he's a coward for not revealing himself, I'm assuming.
Yeah. The top comment right now is the best way to read his essay is his essay referring to the article on the Trump official. Is that my job is to carry out Trump's will, but to take the edge off of it a little bit so that people don't fully realize how insane he is. But I don't actually stop him, and in fact I support his policy stances mostly. But I'm totally a resistance fighter and saving the nation. Just wait until you find out later who I am. I'll be totally a hero, and you have no way to prove that I, in fact, am resisting anything. Just this letter and an air of mystery.
I see now that he said that, I don't want to talk about it because I haven't actually read the article.
I read through parts of the article, and it was like, this dude was saying, I remember one specifically, he's like, we want to, some people have talked about enabling the 25th Amendment, or like inciting the 25th Amendment, which would allow them to, 1 second, let me check it real quick.
Trump has been demanding on Twitter that this person is revealed, that if this person actually exists, that the New York Times should be like forced by law to reveal who this person is, because
that's not true.
It's jeopardizing
national.
That's not true. I never said it's Trump. Like, I don't know what.
Like, okay, I'm reading through it, but like it doesn't sound to me like they're actually like acting out of line or breaking the law.
They're not.
So no, the time. Yeah. So no, then the Times has no obligation to say who it is.
But
absolutely not.
But the dude in the letter, he was like, what did he say? Some of us are trying. Like, we thought about inciting the 25th Amendment, but we decided against it because of the political upheaval or like it would cause, and like that's kind of just stupid. Because the 25th Amendment is there for a reason. Like, it's there that if a president is doing shit, you can remove him. But like if you guys were thinking about doing it, just do it. I don't know. Like I can understand both sides. Like I understand the guy thinking he's a good guy, because he sure makes himself sound that fucking way. God, and then I can understand why like people are being like, dude, you're not a fucking good guy. You're like enabling him to let him do what he wants. Because like another thing in the letter was that the guy was basically saying like, yeah, we want to stop him, but we're not. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's insane right now. We live in a fucking wild time. Like this is the most insane thing to happen in a long, long time.
Yeah, dude. What were you gonna say, Jack?
I'm reading it, and it's I'm trying to figure out like actually what he's doing, but like I don't know, maybe that's all he can do legally. Like, you know, like checks and balances exist. Like this guy in the Reddit comment, what was he saying in? He's like, you're not stopping him, you're just kind of, it's like, how are you supposed to stop the president, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's checks and balances to stop the president for a reason.
I mean, if he
yeah,
had
but
power,
the president also has his own checks and balances.
Yeah.
The president does have power.
Yeah, but like if you need to pull the president from office, it is 100% possible to do that.
It's either like one
Well,
or
I don't know why
one
we
of
have
two
it.
things. It's either like
Well, I know why we have it, because politics is more about having your party in office than actually getting important things done.
yeah, he doesn't want to pull. He doesn't want to pull. That's what he. That was
doesn't
the, that was the
pull, yeah.
first thing he mentioned.
They don't
in the
want to
article.
pull. They don't want to pull Trump because he's a Republican. That's it. That's why.
Ooh, this is getting spicy. I'm gonna read Donald Trump thing and then let's change topics. I don't want to stay here
Yeah.
too long. So
Yeah,
Donald
no, I
Trump
think so.
posted
That's a good
treason
idea.
5 hours ago. And then 4 hours ago he posted, does the so-called senior administration official really exist? Or is it just the failing New York Times and another phony source? The failing New York
Nice
Times.
voice.
Think about that for a second.
Failing.
If the
The New York
gutless
Times
anonymous
is actually in all seriousness, the New York Times is like losing money.
yeah, it's become less of a source of news. Like I
don't
like,
trust any news.
If I were to trust anything about like American politics, I'd trust like foreign news sources like Bloomberg
Yeah.
and the BBC.
I
trust
agree.
them more than anything, which may be at fault. Like I understand that they probably aren't the most unbiased sources of news either, but yeah. Anyways, if the gutless anonymous person does indeed exist, the Union Times must, for national security purposes, turn him/her over to the government at once.
Yeah, that's the one I read a minute ago.
Oh man.
That's not. He doesn't know how the law works.
In a similar topic, but not the same topic, so I know we want to get off of it. There's this podcast called Slow Burn, and it's really just like a deep dive in like American history. And for the first season, they went to extreme detail explaining how Watergate happened and why it happened and every single detail behind it. And that's really interesting. But it's also scary as shit because after you finish all the podcasts, because like it's like 7 30-minute podcasts, each being like a different story building on itself, all revolving around Watergate. And it's really scary in the fact that this was 70 years ago and this scandal was so corrupt. Who knows what the fuck could be happening right now? It's freaky.
Like the fact that a lot of shit is coming to light is actually kind of scary because it's always just the tip of an iceberg, and if the tip is this much, then who fucking knows what's happening underneath the surface?
Who knows how much we actually know?
I just read a Trump tweet that made me mad, but I'm not gonna talk about it because we want to get.
Well, now you fucking say it, and then we'll fucking.
Okay, it was something about. He said, everybody agrees that my what's it fucking what do you call it?
Isn't it? You're looking at it.
I hold on. Oh my god, I closed it because I'm an idiot.
Jesus
so let me go find
Christ.
But this all goes
Alright,
back to that book,
let
The
me
People
find
vs.
it.
Democracy, that we talked about
Here we go.
before.
Almost everybody
People
agrees
versus
that my
democracy.
administration
Remember that was
is
the one
more
about-
in less than 2 years than any other administration in the history of our country. That's fucking bullshit.
That's not. I don't know,
It's
man.
not. I can.
One thing. Okay, last thing.
Last thing.
I know I
Last
said
thing.
this like 3 times, but still.
One last thing, and then the topic change is getting enforced.
Actually,
Yeah.
never mind. Let's just change.
All right, let's go back
Alright,
to
cool,
Black
cool, cool.
Klansman.
So how about that
Talk
Black
about-
Klansman?
talk
That,
about-
well, the
this-
thing is, the Black Klansman ties into
it'll
this.
lead
Like,
at the end. It'll lead right back to this fucking conversation. That's the worst part.
we gotta fucking Naruto fucking smoke bomb our shit out of here, dude.
So the first.
Oh
thing,
man,
when I
and this
first
is.
Sorry.
So no, keep going. No, you go.
When
you
I
go.
first like researched Black Klansman for this podcast, the first thing I found was, and so this might explain what I was saying earlier, in that I didn't see very much, like it was there, but I didn't see very much promotion for this movie, because the movie actually has KKK in the title.
Yep.
And I watched a YouTube video where the guy was like, the fact that KKK is in the title fucks it over when it comes to YouTube videos, because the YouTube algorithm will avoid those videos because KKK is in the title.
I really hate the YouTube. I really hate how the YouTube algorithm works like that.
Yeah. Which is
I
like
remember.
some guy-
Do you guys remember when YouTube used to be like a bastion of animation and just cool shit, and now it's just like people posting vlogs and raking in millions of dollars?
My favorite thing someone did is they posted the same video twice. One had the word trans in it, the other one didn't, and the trans one got demonetized.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. They're
Just
like,
instantly. They're so scared of controversy. It's like, it's weird.
I mean, that's to be fair, but at this point, like Google should not give a shit about.
I know, yeah.
controversy.
the top most
Like,
so the top 2 most popular websites in the world are Google and then YouTube. So it might as well just be Google.
Yep.
Which is fucking insane. So like YouTube is probably like the future of content. 'Cause me personally, I've grown up watching YouTube videos on like a regular basis. I've talked
Oh,
about
man, Shadow of Isserfell.
I've talked
with it.
about how I feel like I've watched too much YouTube growing up, but like it'll be whatever. But like that
I
was
watched
I think I
way too much YouTube.
That
but-
was
I lived, breathed, and slept YouTube
Yeah.
growing up. It was bad. It was bad.
And that's like the scary part is that like if all of this information we've gained over the years in our free time is from YouTube, and then it's all one source, and it's all okay, it's not one source. The idea is that like anyone can upload, but like the algorithm, they can control what you see to an extent, and so that's kind of scary to me.
Yep.
Because there's no other video streaming service for free where
That
anyone
has
can
as
post
much traction.
that has anywhere near. They like this Vimeo, but it's incomparable. It's fucking
Absolutely
insane,
incomparable.
which is just
God.
scary.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is funny.
No
'cause-
one website should have all that power.
Which is funny
Clock's
because
No
ticking.
one website. I just count the hours.
dude, fucking
Stop tripping.
Joe
tripping
Rogan
off the
will
power.
upload all of the video formats of every single one of his podcasts to YouTube and Vimeo, but he always tweets out the Vimeo link because he feels that he wants more competition when it comes to the digital media streaming services. And so,
So fucking
That's-
shout out to him.
so to like
Shout out, yeah.
it's still like incomparable, but he's doing his part in that he uploads everywhere, but the thing he tweets out is the Vimeo link.
Hey Steve, we should start posting our Vimeo links.
Oh fuck, we're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Our shit's on
Yeah.
YouTube. That was the first place we went.
Yeah, Steve, we need to
It's
to
just
get
too
our shit
easy.
together.
Yeah, y'all need to get some standards. Good God.
Oh man.
I'm boycotting
Oh, wow.
your podcast, Tolerance, so you put your content
I'm
on something else
boycotting my
besides
own
YouTube.
podcast.
Jesus fucking
Boycotting
Christ.
your own podcast. Damn. Be your own
I'm
sometimes.
yeah,
huh?
we're all just boycotting. It's over.
Do we
Bye,
even
guys.
want to get into like more details about BlacKkKlansman? Because every time we mention something, it like opens up a new fucking conversation. We could do this for hours.
That's kind of my fault because I know that if the conversation seriously gets into BlacKkKlansman, it's just gonna be like I'm just gonna be out of it for like 15 minutes, and so every time I see a chance to derail the conversation, I'm taking it.
I mean, that's okay. I like a thing that me and Alex have noticed is we've never had to stop talking, in the sense that we never like ran out of ideas to talk about. It's always like, this is enough. because we don't want to just like
This is it.
upload. Like, I'd love to upload shitloads of content, but for like entertainment purposes and for like our viewers' sake, I want to have an hour-long episode with good content throughout. So,
I could talk about D&D for 15 hours.
yeah, because like how I was telling Alex is that Joe Rogan posts. Well, we talked about this yesterday. You were there.
You talk about this every day.
Yes, he posts fucking.
Every
He
day.
just posts so much content and just doesn't give a fuck. It's like insane.
I mean, hey, he doesn't have to give a fuck. He talks and he has everyone do everything else for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't edit his own videos. You fucking kidding me?
He hires a dude.
Yeah, he is. He has like showed me the video of his table, and he literally has like a full mixing table.
Yeah, he's a professional sound editor. Just sitting there at every one of his podcasts. His name is Jamie, and you can hear him. He talks sometimes in his episodes. He's kind of interesting.
Hell yeah. Oh man, do you want to do the Reddit instead of we could smoke bomb out a BlacKkKlansman because that just like every time we try to get into it we talk about something else. So do you want to just do our Reddit section?
I mean, we did
Reddit
kind
section.
of already read it, but let's do top last week and actually just locate.
Top last
Maybe something will
week
be
on
a
Reddit.
little more lighthearted.
This is pretty cute. George W. Bush sneaking a piece of candy to Michelle Obama
Oh, I
at the
remember
funeral
that.
of John McCain.
That was dope. I thought that was great.
Yeah. It's fucking
Wait.
that's what we need nowadays. That's the type of shit we need.
Did y'all see?
I sent it all, I guess.
Oh, and then there's those two fucking guys that made a picture and put it up at a McDonald's, and nobody questioned
yeah,
it.
I remember that too. Did y'all see the one that looked the Minecraft city that from a distance looked like a real picture of a
I
city?
did see that, and I was just like shook.
Yeah, that shit was.
I was just
I was like,
oh,
wait
fuck.
a minute, and I zoomed in. And I was like, holy. It made me want to play Minecraft again. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, but we could never ever make something like that.
It would take so much time and dedication. Like how much? Like it looks so real. What the fuck?
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's probably because it's from far away too.
Yeah.
But like even when you get up close, you can see like just there's so much fucking effort put into this one thing. It's ridiculous. I wish I had that much drive.
I wonder if he like whoever built this
I
built it
wish I
for
had
just
drive,
this
haha.
one picture. Like if he had the idea, I want to create a realistic world to where if you looked at it from one angle, you would think it's an actual city, or if he actually built the entire thing to this level of detail.
I think he actually copied a city. Like he found a city and he like made a replica of it. I believe it's a city in Japan.
Because this thing is fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, it's oh fuck. Why is it not coming up?
Tall and Taller is the Minecraft podcast.
It's Sayama City in Japan.
If it was like 7 years ago, we would have been popping off if we had a Minecraft podcast.
Dude, hell yeah, we would.
Oh yeah, dude. It's not too late. Hey man, dude, no one's doing them anymore.
fuck
There's a
Fortnite.
whole
Minecraft
market
is
right
still
for
the
the
wave.
taking.
Fuck Fortnite. No
Fuck
creativity.
Fortnite. Fuck PUBG. This is a Minecraft podcast now.
All right, boys. So let's
That's
talk
it.
about the new update to Minecraft, the underwater update. What do you guys think
And-
about it?
And that's what I run out of Steam because I haven't kept track of that shit.
Hey, man. I thought we just decided Minecraft podcast. I'm up. I'm fucking game. I
Look-
got this shit. I'm here. I'm ready.
I'm here. All right. Let me look up a new. I just gotta watch the new Captain Sparkles video
Oh my
on
god,
it.
does
Jesus
Captain
fucking
Sparkle
Christ.
still exist?
Hey, I think he
Still
does. He does what PewDiePie does now. PewDiePie does just like meme reviews and just stupid
I
shit.
never unsubscribed from Captain Sparkles. For some reason I've unsubscribed from like everyone I used to be subscribed to back in the day.
I'm still
except for
subscribed to
him.
Yogscast and Sly Fox. Sly Fox used to be my fucking favorite person on the face of the earth, dude.
Why have I subscribed to Mandalore Gaming? I don't even
Dude,
like
he
his
Mandalore
videos.
Gaming is the guy who's he's friends with Shammy.
I know he's friends with Shammy. It's so weird because I love Shammy and
Dude, he
I
still
watch
uploads
I
fucking
try to
Minecraft
try to watch Mandalore's videos. I
Wait, what,
do.
Steven?
I
He
just
still
can't do it.
uploads Minecraft videos. What the fuck?
Just Captain Sparkles.
Who
Yeah, I looked up his
Yeah,
YouTube
dude,
channel.
he just uploaded one.
Fuck. I wish I had as much drive as this.
I see the
fucking
meme.
absolute
I see
unit.
the meme review stuff you're talking about, but he still does
No.
actually upload Minecraft videos.
I love how self-aware PewDiePie is now. He calls his subscribers the 9-year-old army.
Dude, I fucking love that. Like, he is literally the kingpin of the most popular media service that we all grew up upon. Like,
Yep.
this man has so much fucking influence over like the younger generation that it is actually insane. Like, it's scary that this one dude from Sweden fucking like runs the world.
Yeah, dude, it's
Yeah.
so wild how it happened too. Like he was working at a fucking hot dog stand, just uploading videos, and then he just blew up.
Yeah, and now he's just like a sarcastic asshole. But I love
Yeah,
it.
now he's
Everyone
just a
loves
dick.
it.
No,
I mean, he's not a dick.
keep
He's
going.
he's a nice guy,
He's
but
kinda-
he's just like he's just over it, you know.
Yeah,
Like he doesn't care if you subscribe or don't subscribe because he's fucking like a millionaire.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
watching I was watching a podcast of him and H3H3, and you know H3H3 is pretty big, right?
yeah.
He fucking dwarfs them. He's like, man, I have so many fucking phones that people keep on sending, like that companies keep on sending me, and H3 is just like, where's our phone?
Dude,
Where's our
that's-
phones, guys? I'm just like, holy fuck.
That's why I would love to
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
a dude, like a successful like tech review YouTube channel. That'd be dope because you just get once you get to a certain level, people just send you shit the new, like send you the new tech for free just because they want your opinion on it.
I binge watched Linus Tech Tips for a long time.
I fucking love MKHB. That's how you say it. That's who I watch.
Marquis Brownlee, I believe, is also
Marquez.
really
Is it Marquez?
Marquez.
That's
Yeah.
the same person as I said. MKHB.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the same person.
Gotcha.
He like went to
Oh,
Columbia and then just started making YouTube.
Dude, he
videos.
has a red camera. He records shit on Reds,
Yeah,
which is I think is so fucking funny because Reds are like thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Like they are ridiculous amounts of money.
But like the quality of his, like the amount of thought and like effort he puts into every single YouTube video is just like, I can just appreciate that in an extent. And we talked about how,
Yeah.
like that's why I like Casey Neistat a lot, is because he puts a lot of like work behind every single one of his videos, to where it's kind of like a movie in a sense, to where everything is done on purpose. Even though
Yeah.
you can't have as much control when you're like vlogging or creating a YouTube video.
I wish I could fucking edit like he can. He is such beautiful videos.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, he's been
All
doing
right.
it for like 10 years. He does it like
Doing it
it's
for a
nothing.
minute. Yeah.
A fat minute. I got an opinion for y'all. I don't know if this is gonna be unpopular. Bill Wirtz's videos were a lot funnier when he did them when they were like 5 to 6 seconds long. The 2 minute the 2 minute videos just don't do it for me.
Wait. Bill, I only know Bill Wirtz from his Twitter and like the history of videos.
He used to do these little like sound clip things.
Oh
that I
yeah,
thought
where he's
were
like, I'm a
always really
human
funny.
piece of garbage.
Hello, yes, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage. But like now, like all his videos, like a minute, and like a minute, Okay, like he has like a 48-second video. That's like his shortest video that he's posted. Like the last single-digit video length he posted was Old MacDonald 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I always love those snappier, like those. They were snappy. They were succinct, and these just drag out the joke. Like with History of Japan and History of the World, he has enough material to work with.
Yeah, History of Japan
that
and History of
doesn't
My
get old.
World are some of my favorite YouTube videos of all time, hands down.
But he posts these like 2 minute and 12 videos where the whole joke is the little like high pitched voice editing thing he does, and he's just it works for like a 7 for like a
he
it's like 7-second video.
He has a 7-second video called Do Re Mi, and the thing is Do Re Mi, I'm incomplete, and that's like all 7 seconds.
It's okay to have feelings.
Jesus. I love Bill Wirtz. I remember I convinced my world religions teacher to let me show History of Japan during our Asian religion unit.
Mm-hmm.
And we played it, and it was the funniest shit, and I was so happy. And he played it again the next year too. And he also
Hell yeah.
I heard from my friends that are underclassmen that he calls me a fake Buddhist to the class. Like he just tells people about me being a fake Buddhist because, like the freshman year, my friend was like, "Oh, I'm in his class," and I was like, "Tell him that I switched to Buddhism," and my friend's like, "He doesn't believe you," and now he just calls me a fake Buddhist to everyone he knows. So yeah, that's my little story. I fucking love that teacher, by the way. One of my favorites.
I'm a fake Buddhist, Alex. You remember that story?
No.
No, remember when I with the Benny S.
Oh
Remember him?
yeah, Ben.
That's.
Oh no, Ben S has been mentioned on our podcast many
Oh.
times
I
before.
don't give a fuck about saying his name, but let's not talk
He's-
about him.
Yeah.
Because like
We've talked about him way too much.
long last time.
Way too much. Okay, I don't watch podcasts in general, so I don't know what's been said on
Alex,
this.
you're not a huge fan of
You're
the,
not a loyal fan.
Fake fan,
You have so-
fake
You have
fans,
such a following. I can't
real
believe you.
friends. How many of us?
real friends, huh? That's crazy.
All 5 people that consistently listen to this shit.
I don't know. According to TalkShoe, we're fucking famous, but I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Okay. Oh yeah,
It's
dude,
hard to
I
judge.
can't wait for y'all to
Yeah.
be mentioned in the same breath as like Joe Rogan and those other podcasts that escape me.
There's
Pod Save America, me and my brother, me and my brother.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's how we do it.
The McElroys. Me and Steve are gonna legally change our name to the McElroys.
At some point, I need to show y'all the Jetsons remix. It fucking slaps.
I just want to
hold
just be a
on.
public figure and inspire the people.
Yeah, we
Oh,
like Matty W.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
yes.
Mark Williams, R.I.P.
Oh, and I got actually
rest in peace, Mark Williams. Remember, Steve, kill your idols.
Yeah.
kill your idols.
Kill your idols.
Yeah. If you haven't heard it, the Jetsons theme song remix.
Why the fuck is that
Wait,
a
hold on.
Jetsons theme song remix, Jack? And why are you aware of it?
I don't want to be that guy, but we're nearly at an hour. And
Yeah,
10
there it
minutes.
is. This is it.
Yeah.
The Jetsons theme song remix by Racy M1222 slaps, and I don't understand it.
All right. Well, I'm never gonna listen to it.
Some guy used it in the background of a YouTube video I watched, and it's just the greatest thing of all time.
Fair enough. Anyways, it looks like we're running out of time, y'all.
That was a
Are we
good
stopping
episode.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No,
always,
wait,
we
wait.
always
What
feel
is
like
what a
to cut it
time
out
to
short.
stop.
Yeah.
Like we're never gonna stop talking is like the worst part. We can never find
Yeah.
a good playing the spot, but we usually aim for an hour, and we're already like 10 minutes above past that.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, the Jetsons remix is as good a time to stop as any, so.
Yeah.
Jack, I feel like
Uh,
you were a pretty damn good guest, and I feel like we'll have you on here again.
Thanks. I'll take that to heart,
No,
you know.
You could.
I'll
you could
remember.
talk.
I'll remember that when I'm on the brink of, crippling depression. I'm like, oh yeah, I was one of the best podcast guests Steve ever had.
So far.
Hell yeah.
It's been 6 episodes,
You-
Jack.
you
Don't
could-
fucking.
You got a lot to talk about, and you got enthusiasm, and that's all that matters.
Hell yeah.
Also, Jack, would you like to pick our word for today?
Also,
Nobody
we should,
does
Our
this
word-
anymore,
Think of
but hey.
should we think of a movie to watch? For
Oh, our
Oh yeah,
word.
our movie next week.
I have to watch
Me-
Amazing Grace for film class. And just
I'm
gonna-
not watching Amazing Grace.
Okay, how
Your
about
movie for next
how
week
about
should be
Big Fish?
Wall-E, dude.
Big Fish. You heard of Big Fish?
How about Gran Torino?
Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Your word for this week should be hyacinth. I think.
Oh,
No, what the fuck?
complex.
What does
Big
hyacinth
I-
boy.
It's a type of flower,
You mean
I
hyacinth?
think. Hyacinth. Oh, I've
Okay.
been exposed.
Shit.
Get the fuck out of here, botanist. Get out.
I've been exposed.
Fucking
Been
nuts.
exposed.
Everyone's gonna know.
No.
Gone, body.
Exposed.
Be God. All right, do we end it here?
Yeah, sure. Wait. Don't
Alright.
end it yet.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
movie next week, Steve. I'm overruling you. It's my turn this week. It's gonna be Gran Torino.
What? We agreed
Oh.
on BlacKkKlansman, bitch.
No, well, yeah, but like now we're doing like in like
Okay,
you
I'll
know.
do it fucking next week. It's my decision. In
Yeah.
hours. How about that?
if you make me watch a shitty like 6-hour movie that's in a different language, I will kill you.
Just for the
I'll
shits.
just have you know
You're
that.
not gonna watch it if you don't want to. Like that's the thing. We gotta make sure it's a movie that
You
we're
could be
gonna
explaining.
want
I've heard
to
I've
watch.
heard very good things about Gran Torino though. Plus, it has Clint Eastwood starring, so
Oh,
My
Clint
idol.
Eastwood. That's.
I'll write a little. Jesus fucking Christ! Don't
Oh.
ever.
I do that pretty well. I have to say.
No, stop. Wait. I want to say the synopsis so everyone can know what they're getting into.
Oh my god! How many people do you think are actually gonna watch this movie? Because we told them to at the very
No,
end.
like, I'm not saying
of our
watch the
hour and
movie.
15-minute cut.
Okay,
Just
how
do
about
this.
this?
Just
Retired auto worker and Korean War vet Walt Kowalski, Clint Eastwood, feels emptiness in his life with beer and home repair, despising the many Asian, Latino, and black families in his neighborhood. Walt becomes a reluctant hero when he stands up to the gangbangers who tried to force an Asian teen to steal Walt's treasured car. An unlikely friendship develops between Walt and the team as he learns he has more in common with his neighbors than he thought. Big thing. Alright, y'all.
We should just watch Taxi Driver.
Do you have an y'all do an
Taxi
y'all do an
driver.
outro?
No, we just say goodbye.
Leave the meter running.
Bye, everyone.
I
Peace,
see
y'all.
you.
Ah!